First of all, thank you to this panel. This has been such a thought-provoking day. I've really, really enjoyed it. Thank you all for coming. Thank you to the panelists and to the moderators in particular. I've been extremely struck by how the issues raised today are extremely analogous to a host of other issues at the intersection of the public interest, of new technologies, of new business models, and questions about intellectual property. We're asking questions about the future of books. Similar questions we could have asked today about the future of journalism, or about the future of digital education, or about the future of video, internet video, of television programming and movies. So these are all incredibly interesting questions, and they're about really the kind of world that we want to live in. What kind of access to knowledge will we have in this world? What will our civil liberties be while we're accessing this knowledge? And this is not just civil liberties in the traditional sense, but our right to innovate, our right to participate in culture, our right to participate in political spheres. So this has been extremely interesting. These are all issues that we address in the Yale ISP. So I think this might be a good time to thank some of the members of the ISP who have made this possible. So there's a lot happening up in the balcony. You haven't seen that. Our fellows have been coming and going all day and blogging and running things operationally. We've had people sitting up front managing panels and managing, I won't even tell you all the details because I am definitely not responsible for this. It has been a team effort. So I want to thank a few people. First, let me just thank the program committee. Can we have them stand up if they don't mind? Ted Byfield, Charles Cronin, Blair Kaufman, Ann Okerson, Doug Rand, Leah Shaver, Camilla Tubbs, and Michael Zimmer. There's Camilla in the back, and Michael is over there. And a special thanks to Michael, because he was a Yale ISP postdoctoral fellow before he became a professor at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. And this project really originated with some of the research that he was doing and some of his work with the New York Public Library. So thank you, Michael, for that. We've had a huge, yes, let's thank Michael. And we've had quite an operational team from the technology side to the operational side. Is Jason Eiseman here? Jason, stand up, because he really helped with the video aspects and some technology. Debbie Sestito worked registration this morning. Leah Shaver has been doing everything today, and she's up in the balcony now, still working. Lauren Henry, if she could stand, up in the front. Doug Rand, Anjali Dalal, who had to leave earlier. Julia Sunavant, one of our fellows also. And Emma Lonso is in the balcony working away. Thank you, Emma. Adi Kamdar. And Daniel is in the back, Daniel Silverman. Chris Suarez is up there too. There's really a party going on. Janice Ta and Julia Sunavant, one of our newest fellows in the front, Ree Pierce Grove. So we really have had a lot of ISP people here. Go ahead and start that. But I want to single one person out. So this guy right here is Perry Fetterman, who is the administrator of the Information Society Project. And I really want to thank Perry because he does the work of 10 people. We have a lot of conferences at Yale Law School, and somehow the other conferences have 10 administrators working, and Perry just does it all and makes it happen. And I think probably every single person in this room has emailed Perry probably several times, and he's done so much work. I can't even begin to thank him, so thank you very much, Perry. And finally, I'd like to say a word about a tradition within the Yale Information Society Project, and it has to do with our symposia. And this tradition is that the conference doesn't end with the closing address. It goes on. We wouldn't want to have it if it just stayed in this room. So what are some of the things that we expect to come out of this? Well, we certainly believe that some relationships have been forged here that will result in joint research, that will result in joint advocacy and other projects. In fact, we will have a 5:30 meeting in room 120 that Brewster Kahle will lead about new business models and new models for the distribution of electronic books and storage of electronic books. So things will definitely continue. I would also like to say, as this movie plays behind me, and we might have to cut the lights when we're done just so you can see this because it's really interesting, that we will have a good online resource associated with this. I've been very impressed with all of the postings today. Those who have organized Birds of a Feather sessions, I encourage you to add your summary comments and tell us what happened in those different sessions. I stopped in a few, and I think they were extremely worthwhile. Now, why do I have this up here? Well, let me first say that one outcome of this event will definitely be an edited volume about the future of digital libraries. So that will probably, I hope that it will go in our new Information Society series that the MIT Press is running. So we'll have that. But look at this video. It reminds me of a quote. The worth of a book is to be measured by what you can carry away from it. And this conference will be measured by what you can carry away from it. I'm also reminded of another quote: a good book should leave you slightly exhausted, and this conference has definitely left us completely exhausted. So what you see in this video, it's called Librarians Parade. Let's cut the lights just for a moment, and then we could close up and then nap and then leave. This is a film. It's from 1930, and it shows Yale librarians. Look how many there are. What they're doing is they're moving the 1742 collection of books from the old library, which is now Dwight Chapel, to the newly completed Sterling Memorial Library. And it's incredibly interesting. I just wanted to leave you with this. Books have always been in motion. These are books in motion. They continue to be in motion and in flux. And I'll just leave with the question of where will we carry the books now and who will be carrying them. So thank you very much for coming, and I hope to continue this dialogue.